morning. I am heading down to Pocahontas State Park. There is a Bell Joy ride going on today, and unfortunately that's for women only, but there are always some significant others stalking the ride. And they don't actually stalk the ride, they go off and ride on their own while the ladies are doing their thing. So we're going to see who we can hook up with and see if we can get some techie riding on. Venturing into a state park bathroom. Who knows what horrors await. Alright, we're here at the Bell Joy ride. You can see it's a good collection of ladies. Bell Joy does a really great job of offering rides for women of all different levels. And then of course, you can see there's a lot of dudes here as well. And they're just the significant others who are looking for a ride as well. So we're going to head out with them and let you know how it goes. So I tried to use an old FauxPro I found in my house that I spent $20 on years ago and never actually got a chance to use.
That makes you nervous, Mike.
The first few clips you're going to see here have been smoothed out using software in post. You can see it still looks really bad. It almost makes me dizzy trying to follow along with what the trail's doing.
I'm going to stop for a sec, my seat's jacked up.
So I tried to skip the video stabilization and just see what kind of footage came out, and you can still see it's very choppy and very bouncy, even though the trail was very smooth. I may try a helmet mount before I throw this thing in the garbage and just save my nickels and dimes for a real gimbal. I'll show the camera and do a full review in another video, but for now, I hope this is tolerable.
Smooth as a baby's bottom. This is the climb trail though, but I think they're all relatively smooth. Riding with the dirt roadies. Even the guy with one leg's pulling away. These would be fun little jumps coming the other way, but you don't come the other way. This is a one-way trail. Now this park doesn't have a lot of elevation to work with, so they actually do a pretty good job using what they have. You never really feel like you're doubling back on the trail. Obviously the climbs aren't super tough, which is an oxymoron. Still climbs. We'll see what we get to session today. I'm not sure how much there is to session or if these guys will be willing to session. They know it's my jam. I'm part of a team ride here, so I gotta do what the majority wants to do. Alright, follow cam on Mike. What you gonna do with all them humps? All them humps. It's me. I got you. I'm follow camming you. It's a nice trail, but I want to say definitely pedally for a jump trail. Ooh, a lot of work. Or uphill. Man, this seat's acting up. Dang it. I'll have to give me a proctology exam. Oh, the breeze is nice. It is sticky out today. That's about the only reason I showed up for a 9 a.m. ride. Trying to beat the heat. Ugh. Nice tables, but you really got to hammer into them. They got to kick your heart rate up and get your pedaling in. None of these downhill coasting like I like to do. That won't work. Which way did they go, George? There's a jump up here. Log jump. And more uphill. Oh, look at this. Big jump on an uphill section. Not really sure how you're supposed to get that. Alright, finally, speed.
Ankle warm up, Rob discussion. You missed when we talked about it.
It is hot. I think it.
We are failing miserably today. This is the worst freaking. Keep away from the lines, though. Yeah. This is the worst Belljoy ride ever.
What was your name, bud?
Justin.
I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You said Rob?
Yeah, I'm sure my full suspension downhill setup here is not gonna favor the jumps, but we'll try it. From what I've seen, it's a dual slalom without the slalom.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no slalom.
It's not. Every slalom I've ever seen actually has turns.
Yeah, there's no turns. I think that might be the definition of slalom, right? Yeah.
Dual something, right?
Yeah, it's a dual sport. Dual sport. Straight line.
Kudos to the trail builders for trying something new. And I'm sure if I was on a better bike than my downhill rig on a dual slalom course, it would have been a little bit better. But I couldn't seem to find any flow on here. And these are high maintenance trails and they're already starting to erode, so there's not a lot of maintenance going into them. It was a short track, and even though it was called a slalom, there were not really a lot of turns in it. The jumps were pitchy for me, and some of the jumps were sort of oddly spaced, but it was a short run, worth a try.
Alright, what'd you think, dual slalom?
Needs a little more slalom.
What'd you guys think, dual slalom?
First time, man, I kept it overside down. Hey! What's up?
You were on it, Mike.
It was
What'd you think?
Oh, I love that scrub tabletop up there, man. Ready to hit it again.
Everybody's nice on camera. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Lumpy, bumpy. No, you're good. I'll watch. I would have named it Roly Poly. That's basically a big long pump track in the woods. So many lumps and bumps and humps. Non-stop and humps.
We'll take, that's a return that is not open yet. And then these ones over here aren't open yet. That's like an out and back. It goes and you'll cross the second fire road. There's like a parking area, and then there's another trail that's just a loop kind of going around, and then you can only come back that way or the fire road. So we'll take.
Geez, that leg's worse than my seat.
I don't know. You've made more adjustments than
That's probably true. That's probably true. What are you riding with the slow folks today?
Since we're with the slow group.
Riding with the techie guy. Doesn't like to pedal. Yeah, but that doesn't really make a great party. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. I'm a little thick and slow. I've crashed too many times.
All right, everybody, let's talk about what the deal is with the Swift Creek trails at Pocahontas State Park near Richmond, Virginia. These trails are fairly close to home. I don't get down here very much. But I could say if your idea of riding, if what gets you excited is pedaling and cornering and not so much the gnar, then this is the park for you. Specifically the Swift Creek trails. For me, I get excited by a little more gnarly riding. Everything kind of looked the same to me. It was sort of a sandy-ish surface, but flat and hard-packed, sort of wide trails. Not much to roll over. The occasional skinny feature, a lot of clay humps and some jumps, but they're not working with a lot of elevation at Pocahontas State Park. So if you want to hit those jumps, you have to be willing to really push for them and get your heart rate up and sort of sprint into them. Well, and also be able to carry your speed. There were a few that were on more flowy downhill sections that I found more interesting. There's a step up on Moonshine Run. That is fun. There's a sort of a drop off with a transition landing on the same trail. That's kind of fun. There's a few skinnies here and there. I also think it's a great place if you're introducing someone to mountain biking to bring them out there. So the Bell Joyride was happening while we were out there, and you know, that's always a great event. If you're a woman and you haven't been to a Bell Joyride, I'd highly suggest doing it in Richmond. Kendall does an excellent job at organizing those rides. I organized rides for a lot of years, and I'll tell you, it's not easy, especially when you're trying to consider every level of riding to have a good time. And fortunately, she has a lot of women that are available to help her out and lead rides and help her set up and do all of those things. So she actually puts on a very good event. So check them out on Facebook and follow along and join a ride if you're in Richmond and they're having one. As far as rating, I'm going to give the Swift Creek trails that I rode a green circle difficulty rating. Also, as far as Spilly awards go, I'm only going to give it a 1 out of 5 Spilly rating. The only thing that could really get you is if you have your speed up and you wash out on a sandy surface. I guess technically some of the jumps, they're a little pitchy, and you know, I have heard there was actually a guy today, I think I got him on video, who hurt his shoulder after going a little bit nose heavy off of one of those jumps and over the bars. So you want to be careful in terms of your jumping and in terms of your cornering, but there's nothing really insanely difficult. The speeds aren't really all that fast, although you can get going pretty well on the sections that are downhill. But overall, there's a lot of flat pedaling and not high-speed cornering. So yeah, that's my review of the trail system. Again, if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and like, share the video, and we'll see you next time. High five.